Y'all want to see a dead body? Y'all want to see a dead body? You ever seen Boys in the Hood? Hey, Ricky! Oh boy. Now, here's the thing. Like you, I was hoping for a good game tonight. Like many of you, I knew that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard were going to be playing tonight. Like you, I was told that Kawhi Leonard and Paul George were going to be a very difficult matchup for the Denver Nuggets to handle tonight. Like you, I was sold a bill of goods. Like you, I was told that tonight was going to be a competitive game. Like you, I thought, I believed. Like you, I was bamboozled. The Denver Nuggets absolutely dominate, excoriate, demolish, handle, misidentify the Los Angeles Clippers in an utterly dominant blowout win that from start to finish, from wire to wire, start to finish, wire to wire, the Denver Nuggets dominated and controlled this game. Wow. Incredible game from start to finish. They came into tonight locked in, wanting to make a point defensively. The Denver Nuggets in the first quarter held the Los Angeles Clippers to 15 points. The Denver Nuggets started the game off. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Reggie Jackson, Marcus Morris, Ivica Zubac. They started off the game putting clamps on the LA Clippers, and they were up 17 points. They were up 17 points in the first quarter. Jokic left the game, y'all, 26-13 advantage. He left the game. The score was 26-13. The Clippers in the first quarter, they called two separate timeouts from Coach Tyronn Lue because they wanted to try to stop the onslaught that was already happening. The Nuggets started the game 15-7 lead. Jamal Murray had 10 points in the first quarter. Aaron Gordon, 8 points in the first quarter. Bones was hitting threes. Vlatko was hitting threes. Zeke Naji was getting blocks. The Clippers were getting dominated. 15-7, the Clippers call a timeout. 25-13, the Clippers call a timeout. And then by the time of the end of the first quarter, the Clippers were down 32-15. The score was 32-13 at one point. Utterly dominant. They were not playing around today. The Denver Nuggets did not want to mess around today. They have been on a mission, man. And the Denver Nuggets, man, they just got a different air about them right now. The way they're moving, the way they're playing, the confidence they're playing with, they're just a different team right now, and they are taking care of business, and anybody and everybody can get it. Anybody and everybody can get it. If you want the smoke, you're going to get the smoke. If you think you on a level, then they're going to show up and they're going to play you. If you are called a contender in the NBA, they're going to give you the very best that they got, and that's facts. That's facts. Talk about it. Talk about it. The Denver Nuggets are on a tear. And how do you know? How can you prove it? How can you talk about it? Man, let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this tweet that I put up tonight. I want people to have an understanding that this is not just tonight. This is not a new phenomenon. This is something that's been going on for a good while now. Now, why don't y'all go ahead and take a peek at this? What does that say? I was hearing rumors, y'all. I was hearing rumors that the Denver Nuggets are not title contenders. I was hearing rumors that the Denver Nuggets weren't serious championship threats. I was hearing rumors that the Denver Nuggets didn't have the personnel. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the team. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the will. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the defense. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the stars. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the pieces. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the belief. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the talent. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the work. The Denver Nuggets didn't have the player. I kept hearing it. And in the last 10 games, the Denver Nuggets have beaten the Memphis Grizzlies by 14. The Denver Nuggets have beaten the Phoenix Suns. The Denver Nuggets have beaten the Blazers. The Denver Nuggets have beaten the Miami Heat. The Denver Nuggets have beat by 12 points the Boston Celtics. The Denver Nuggets beat the Kings. The Denver Nuggets then now beat the Clippers. What's going on? Talk about it. Somebody tell the truth. Somebody let the people know. Somebody tell them what time it is. All we was hearing is that the Denver Nuggets did not have the dogs. They didn't have the players. They didn't have the MVP. They didn't have the defense. They didn't have the coaching. They didn't have the talent. They didn't have the will. And here we go. Joker meme. Here we go. Joker meme. Grizzlies, Suns, Blazers, Heat, Celtics, King, Clippers. I want somebody to tell me the Clippers had a top 10 NBA defense. The Celtics had a top 10 NBA defense. The Heat had a top 10 NBA defense. Somebody tell me what the scores of those games was. Somebody tell me how many points the Denver Nuggets put up against these teams. Somebody go ahead and let me know when they played against these top 10 defenses that are supposed to be stopping the Denver Nuggets, how many points did they score in these games? I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now. 122 versus the LA Clippers, 124 versus the Miami Heat, 123 versus the Boston Celtics. I kept hearing, folks kept selling, folks kept suggesting that the Denver Nuggets did not have the pieces, they didn't have the players, they didn't have the dog, they didn't have the will, that they were not going to be that team. They just simply did not have it. They don't have the makings of a contender. And I'm asking you right here and now, how much more proof do you need? How much more proof do you need? The Denver Nuggets are putting the league on notice. The Denver Nuggets are putting the league on notice, y'all. How much more do people need to see? How much more do people need to see? I'm telling y'all right now. The Denver Nuggets is putting hands on the NBA. But you never gonna hear it. You're not gonna hear it. That's not the narrative. They don't play defense. They can't beat nobody. No quality wins. I want to know what it is now. What's the excuse going to be? What they going to say? Oh, you know what I was hearing? Oh, they're playing in altitude, the LA Clippers. It's hard to play in altitude. You can't blame the Clippers. The Boston Celtics game. They just had a bad shooting night. The Miami Heat game. Well, the Denver Nuggets didn't play no defense. Well, I'm trying to understand, if these teams are supposed to have this defense, where they at? The Memphis Grizzlies, where they at? 105-91. And again, let's go and have that conversation, because I've been hearing that the Denver Nuggets didn't have no true victories. And so they come out again tonight, 122-91 versus the Clippers, who are a playoff team. The Nuggets have only played two teams. Let me check. The Denver Nuggets, the Timberwolves have a losing record. The Lakers have a losing record. And the Charlotte Hornets have a losing record. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of their last 9 games were versus teams with a winning record. And they are 6-2. And their losses are to the Kings with no Murray, no AG, no Bruce Brown on a night of a back-to-back after winning already. And then they lost to the Timberwolves when the Timberwolves had lost 6 straight and they needed to get a win, and they were desperate to get a win. Let your apology be as loud as the disrespect. Let the apology be as loud as the disrespect. Because if you had the mouth to say the Denver Nuggets wasn't that team, they didn't have that in them, well, now that they've been the first seed in the West for over a week, now that they've been beating all the teams at the top of the conferences, Now what? Because tomorrow they got the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it's going to be another great opportunity for the team to show up, show out, and put hands on somebody else. Now we'll see if they can do it. We'll see if they can do it. But the facts are the facts are the facts. Read it and weep. Read it and weep. Grizzlies, Suns, Blazers, Heat, Celtics, Kings, Clippers. Had that conversation. Tell them had that conversation. We ain't even got to the details of the game yet, except outside that first quarter, because there ain't nothing else we need to talk about right now. They are winning and beating good to elite teams. Where's the respect? Oh, the Denver Nuggets are a real contender. Come on now. The Denver Nuggets won the first quarter 35-15, and then it didn't stop there. The Denver Nuggets, I started taking notes in really crazy ways. What do I mean by that? Let me show you this. The Denver Nuggets, in the second quarter, they were up 42-19, 48-23. They were up 58-23. And then they finished the second quarter 66-32. 66-32. Vlatko Čančar was going off. The Clippers called another timeout at 50-23 because they couldn't stop the Nuggets and they couldn't get a basket here. The Nuggets were locking up. They were 9 of 16 from the three-point line through not even midway through the second quarter. Bruce Brown, Bones, AG, everybody was getting it. Everybody was going off. Everybody was going off. Hey, shout out to the super chat. Steven Steele. We're that team. League beware. Talk about it. Somebody tell them. Tell them. How many more wins y'all need to see? That sounds like a mighty incredible win profile to me. You're beating them teams. You're beating these good teams. And you're beating them down. Double digits. Memphis, double digits. Boston, double digits. Clippers, double digits. Oh, wow. We might need to have some kind of conversation, man. Steven Steele, shout out. Super chat, Beach 46. I know it was good Team D tonight, but I haven't seen Jamal connect. Look, talk about it, bro. I know it was good Team D tonight, but I haven't seen Jamal contest so many shots so well. He was in everybody's face tonight. The Clippers are a first-round sweep, most complete game from Denver yet. Now, I'm not going to lie. It might be their most complete game. That and the Memphis game. That and the Memphis game for sure. But tonight, you might be right because they only scored 105 versus Memphis. And they scored 123 versus the Celtics. They gave up 111. But tonight, they gave up 91. They scored 122. So you might be right, Beast. Now, the Clippers, they're a good team. But I'm telling you, I've been telling people, again, Lord willing, everybody healthy, the Clippers do not want to see the Denver Nuggets in the playoff series. They don't. They don't. Like, again, at this point, we just kind of need to put that to rest, man. They just don't. I truly do think, and I just posted this as well. I want y'all to see this. The Nuggets have been the Clippers' boogeyman since this moment. This is in the third quarter of Game 5 in the 2020 playoffs in the second round. Since this moment, Paul Millsap had 10 points, I want to say, in that third quarter, because I think the Clippers were up maybe 15 points by this point. Marcus Morris got in Paul Millsap's face, and from there, Paul Millsap began to wipe them off the face of the earth. And since this moment, the Clippers haven't been able to beat the Denver Nuggets consistently. The Nuggets have won, I think it's now, let me check. The Denver Nuggets have now won 7 of the last 8 games versus the Clippers. 7 of their last 8. I need to know what the record is, including the playoffs, because obviously they won 3 straight in the playoffs. They won the season series in 2020, 2021, and now 2022, they're 2-0 versus the Clippers. So let's have that conversation. We got another one from Paul. When this team is on, no one will be able to beat them. Congrats on over 1.1 million total channel views. I appreciate that. Man, y'all are great. This channel is great. Y'all, we're on to 10,000 subscribers, man. You know, we're getting there. We're slowly getting there, man. But I know we're going to get there. We are pushing hard. We're making great content. We're having great conversations. We're watching great basketball. Let's get to 10,000 subscribers, y'all. When this team is on, no one will be able to beat them. I completely – hey, look, man, when they're on and they're playing, Right now, they've beaten everybody. They beat the Warriors at home. I think that's one of the only 2 games the Warriors have lost at home when Steph Curry was on the court. They beat the Celtics. They've been beating everybody else, man. Hey, man, there's a conversation to be had. We got another one. Darklush 4002. The Nuggets destroyed the Clippers. This is the game I've been waiting for. Oh, it on. Love it. Oh, it on. Love it. Facts. It's on. It's on. It is absolutely on. It is on. So, again, there's a conversation that needs to be had. There is a conversation that needs to be had. Grant Payne beat the Cavs. Go Nuggets. That's facts. Another great game tomorrow. Conversation needs to be had. Is there an argument that the Denver Nuggets are the best team in the NBA right now? Is there an argument that they're the best team in the NBA right now? If you want to give it to the Brooklyn Nets because they've been streaking, I can understand that. But the facts are the facts are the facts. I don't know anybody in the NBA that has a better win profile as of late than the Denver Nuggets do. And they're just, again, they're mollywopping teams. They were up 66-32 at the end of the second. They were up 102-59 at the end of the third quarter, y'all. They didn't even play let me tell y'all how bad today was. The Los Angeles Clippers didn't play their starters in the second half. Their starters were down 66-32. They were down 66-32 with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George playing in the first half. I think 18 minutes. And then they didn't play in the second half because they were down 30 points. They were getting demolished. The Nuggets scored 36 points in the third quarter, and they only gave up 29 points. They were up 102-59. They ended the game 122-91. You know how ridiculous that is? Hey, shout out to Basil Carpenter Jr. Jokic going to average a triple-double, in my opinion. Man, look, I'm telling you, man, he's averaging 9.5 assists, 25.4 points. Going to drop a little bit tonight. He's averaging 10.76 rebounds right now. And he has the whole, you already know what's going to happen. He's going to turn it up. He's going to turn it up from January on. He might get to 27 again, 27, 11, and 10. He could get there, dog. He really could get there. We just got another super chat from Kyler Basold. Hey, I appreciate that. Shout out to the super chat. Much love to the channel. But the facts are the facts are the facts, y'all. Absolutely, Jokic could average a triple-double. Jokic is on the way to winning a third MVP. No one has a better argument. Not a person. You're the number one team in the West, and you're the best player on the best team, and you obviously the best player outside of that. If you're on another, like the advanced stats, the counting stats, the measurable, the true shooting, his true shooting is like 12% above league average right now. And he's the best passer, best playmaker in the NBA right now, y'all. Come on, man. Let me just read this to you. Contavious Caldwell-Pope tonight, 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists in 29 minutes. 3 of 8 from the field, 3 of 5 from 3, 1 steal, plus 31. Nikola Jokic, MVP, only 24 minutes, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists, 4 of 8 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 1 steal, plus 18. Michael Porter Jr., 10 points and 5 rebounds, 4 of 10 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, plus 15. Jamal freaking Murray, 13 points, I want to say, in the first half. He had 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist, 7 of 10 from the field, 4 of 5 from 3, plus 21, and he's squaring off versus Donovan Mitchell tomorrow. Let's get it, Jamal. Aaron Gordon, 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, 5 of 7 from the field, 1 turnover, plus 22, plus 31 for KCP, plus 31 for KTP, plus 18 for Jokic, plus 15 for Porter, plus 21 for Murray, plus 22 for Gordon. Vlaco Chanchar, double-double, 15 points, 12 rebounds. I'm sorry. Please help me to say it correctly. Please help me to say it correctly. Let me know how it's said. Let me know how it's pronounced in the chat. I want to make sure that I say it correctly. So I apologize. I want to make sure I say everybody's name in here correctly. So I appreciate that. Thank you for the encouragement. Seriously, that's always important to me. Here we go. Another super chat. Love the super chat. Love the night. KC Mack. It's too bad we won't get to see Mitchell versus Jamal tomorrow. Turns out Cleveland is resting Mitchell. Why would you rest? This is what I don't understand about teams. If you're playing the number 1 seed in the conference, But again, maybe this goes back to the same thing. It might just be like, I think Jamal Murray sat out the Memphis game too, so it might just be that it's not in your conference. You don't need the victory. But look, man, go beat them. Go beat Cleveland. No excuses. Go beat Cleveland. Calder. I appreciate that. Calder. Thank you for correcting me in the name. But I wish, this is what I'm saying, man. Let them have us a marquee matchup. The Clippers were getting beat by 30, and they decided not to play their starters in the second half. But you know what that looks like? You know how many people are trying to watch these games? And Joel Rush tonight, Joel Rush just said, the Denver Nuggets are the first team since Kawhi Leonard and Paul George became teammates to hold both players under 10 points in the game they played together. Come on, dog. They locked in defensively. Tonight. Michael Porter Jr. won the defensive player of the game chain tonight, by the way. MPJ won the defensive player of the game chain, and he deserved it. Michael Porter Jr. was playing great defense. He was. Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, and KCP played, and Jamal Murray. They played elite defense on the Clippers. Go watch this game again. Just go watch it again so you can see for yourself how dominant they were defensively. 15 points, 32 points. Those were the totals for the second half, for the first half, in the first and second quarter. Come on, dog. Let's have a conversation. Let me get to this. Let me get to the stats so I can read y'all what these numbers look like for the bench. So y'all can hear this craziness. Vlaco Chanchar, 24 minutes. He had Vlaco Chanchar, 27 minutes, 15 points, 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 block, 1 steal, 2 turnovers. He was a +9. Zeke Naji, 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, 5 of 6 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 1 block, 1 steal, +13. Bruce Brown, 22 minutes, 9.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 block, 2 steals, +21. Bones freaking Highland, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 5-11 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, +27. That was your bench tonight. The Denver Nuggets shot 51% from the field on 45 of 89 shooting. They shot 39% from 3 on 14 of 36. They shot 18 of 21 from the free throw line for 86%. They had 11 turnovers tonight. They had 28 assists. They won the rebounding battle 57-48 and 10 offensive rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds, 5 blocks to the Clippers, 3 blocks. They had 6 steals. The Clippers had 7, 16 personal fouls for the Nuggets, 14 for the Clippers, no technicals, 1 on the Clippers. Across the board, an utterly dominant game. Black played incredible. Bones Highland, Bruce Brown, Christian Brown, Vlaco Chanchar, Zeke Naji might be a nice little bench unit. It might be a nice little bench unit, y'all. The Denver Nuggets are currently sitting at the top of the Western Conference. They are tied with the Grizzlies. They're a game ahead of the Pelicans. They're 3.5 games above the Mavericks. They're 4.5 games above the Kings. They're 5 games above the Clippers. They're 5.5 games above the Blazers. And they're 5.5 games above the Suns. And that's where we are. That's what time it is. Another super chat from Grant. The bench got some quality minutes to build some calluses. Fact. Gotta love that. We need them to gain more offensive initiative. I agree. Now, some of this is going to go down to Murray because he's going to stagger. KCP's look really good in the stagger as well. He's looked really good in the staggering position today. He looked good in many different spots. Him next to Bones because he can create off the dribble a little bit too. Really good from him. It was really good from him. So I think the bench unit, Bones Highland's last few games, he's figured it out. He was on a real slump for like 9 games before this, and then ever since he's been balling. I mean, he really has been balling like over the last 9 games. So again, they got the Cleveland Cavaliers. So they have 4 games at home after this, 3 more games at home. They got the Cavaliers tomorrow. They got the Lakers on Monday. They got the Suns on Wednesday. They're at the Clippers on the 13th of January. And then from there, they have 5 straight home games. So a lot of great opportunities coming up, man, like for real. So we'll see. It's going to be a great game versus the Cavaliers tomorrow. Hopefully they can pull it out and they can continue to show their stuff. Because this team has been absolutely incredible. They have been beating quality competition. They've been showing up against teams that they believe that they can beat. And that's what matters. The team feels confident, man. You beat the Celtics, you beat the Heat, you beat the Grizzlies, you beat the Blazers, you beat the Suns, you beat the Kings, and you beat the Clippers in your last 10 games. Yeah, you're going to feel mighty good about yourself. Like, for real, you're going to feel mighty good about yourself. So that's going to be it for this episode, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button, y'all. Let people know what time it is. Where you're getting your Denver Nuggets content, your NBA content, y'all. Swipa gang, we are on the way to 10,000 subscribers. We are almost there, y'all. Swipa gang, I love y'all. See y'all soon.